welcome to VHS Revue, and today's tape comes from Jason Evans of Melbourne, whose family was a bit late to the DVR revolution, which makes his surprisingly recent recording of Top Gear from March 2011 the newest broadcast captured on VHS that I've come across. It's actually 3 years younger than the first episode of VHS Revue. A tape of the 1985 Australian Grand Prix. Yikes. This was after the hit BBC series moved from SBS to Channel 9, but before host Jeremy Clarkson was fired for punching a producer in the face because he didn't want soup and a cold meat platter for dinner. I could never really enjoy the show after that. But anyway, back to the tape. And as it's from the 2010s and appears to be in widescreen, you might think this would be a recording of the digital channel, but a quick look at the old Evans family room shows there was no set-top box in that entertainment unit, so it could only be a copy of the analog broadcast, which was still a thing in 2011. And you know what? This gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about something I'm passionate about on Australian television: aspect ratios. That's right, it's time for another tedious explanation. Television began broadcasting in Australia in 1956, just in time for the Melbourne Olympics. One of the benefits of being some 20 years late to the TV party was we got the superior System B standard right from the start. Unlike System A, used by the United Kingdom, and which only displayed 405 horizontal lines, System B broadcast 625 lines at 25 frames a second with a standardised aspect ratio of 4:3. Aside from the introduction of PAL format colour in 1975, this is what TV looked like until the 1st of January 2001, when Australian television went completely f***ing insane. And why was that? Because that's when TV went digital. Digital TV has a number of advantages. Not only is there better picture and sound quality, but there's the addition of electronic program guides, and the transmissions take up less bandwidth, so you can have more channels. And they're all in widescreen with an aspect ratio of 16:9, which is great because basically you can see more stuff on the screen. Compare this 4:3 clip of GoldenEye I taped back in 1999 with the widescreen version on DVD.
You any idea how long the winter lasts in this country? Go on, Dimitri.
Well, it depends.
Silence! Go on, Dimitri.
Well, it depends.
Silence!
So widescreen is clearly better. So what was the problem? Well, back in 2001, digital TVs were expensive. Very expensive. And it would still be another 5 to 10 years before they offered any proper extra channels. So it wasn't like everyone was just going to throw out their perfectly fine analog TV and spend thousands of dollars on a new digital one just so they can see what Dimitri looks like.
Well, it depends.
Silence!
Hence, there was a transition period where TV was broadcast both digitally and analogly, with regular reminders that digital TV was a thing. And this led to some interesting quirks, particularly with commercials, because up until now, advertisers just gave the TV stations their ad in 4:3. But suddenly, they had a dilemma. They couldn't make two different versions of their ad, one widescreen and one normal. The one master version had to work in both aspect ratios. At first, most advertisers took the easy option and stuck with 4:3 and just put up with their ad airing on the digital channel with black bars on the left and right, or pillar-boxed as they say in the biz. Not to be confused with letterboxed, which is when a 16:9 video is displayed in 4:3 with black bars at the top and bottom. As time went on, more and more ads and programs, particularly movies, were displayed in this way on the analog channel, and full-frame 4:3 content became the rare exception to the norm. But for a while there, aspect ratios on both broadcasts were all over the place, often switching back and forth multiple times during a commercial break. This was done at the TV station by a piece of hardware called an aspect ratio converter, or ARC, which would automatically adjust the aspect ratio for each ad just prior to transmission. Most of the time, it worked flawlessly, but occasionally you'd see one of these transitions go to air.
8:30 here on 7.
Her smile is his obsession.
Did you see that? Blink and you miss it. Here it is again a little slower. That's the ARC switching over one frame too early. This is from a tape from 2003, and that particular tape is full of those little glitches. The TV stations did iron out those bugs eventually. Even still, every now and then, you'd get something like this.
Hi, I'm Gary Toomey of Ansett, Australia.
This 2001 ad for Ansett looks like it's supposed to be in 16:9, but it's been squished into 4:3. I haven't adjusted this. This is exactly how it aired. It is possible old mate Gary just wanted to appear thinner. It's jarring at first, but weirdly, the longer you watch it, the more normal it looks. That may also explain why so many people I knew in the mid-2000s were unknowingly watching the analog channels on their new widescreen TVs, so the 4:3 images were stretched out to 16:9. Mike Munro is not supposed to look like that. By the way, if ever you're unsure you're watching something in the correct aspect ratio, look at people's faces. Graphics and text and cartoon characters usually look perfectly fine either way, but real people in the wrong aspect ratio never look quite right. As for this tape of Top Gear from 2011, it's 4:3, but the entire recording is letterboxed, including every ad. So if you watch it on a widescreen, it's surrounded by black bars on all sides, which is a bit irritating. Hopefully the TV you watch this on has a zoom function. Also, ever wondered why TV stations used to put their watermark or bug here and not right in the corner like they do today? It's because some folks insisted on keeping their old analog TVs and begrudgingly bought a digital set-top box, which could adjust the 16:9 broadcast to better fit the old 4:3 screens, effectively cutting off the sides and placing the logo right in the corner. Eventually though, the TV stations said, if they haven't upgraded by now, f*** them. And analog television finally ceased transmission around Australia in 2013. Now all Aussie TV is 16:9, unless the news is showing a viral video of someone yelling at a fast food worker that's been recorded on a phone in portrait mode. Look at all that wasted space. By the way, if ever you're in that situation, for the love of God, turn your phone on the side and shoot in landscape. Please. You'll save a lot of editors a lot of trouble. As for 4:3, it's now a boutique aspect ratio used only for stylistic reasons. Like the show you're watching right now, VHS Revue. I'm David M. Green. Thank you to John Hananowicz for that animation, and also to Gavin Baskerville and James Patterson from the Australian Television Archive for answering my tedious questions about aspect ratios. Alrighty then, that took longer than I thought it would when I started it. So let's look at some highlights from the tape. And who better to give us 2011's vision of future technology than an actor who plays a psychic on a popular TV show?
Tomorrow will bring us closer, even when we're apart. Tomorrow's appliances will be smarter and more efficient. Tomorrow will allow us to instantly share memories with family, friends, or the world. Tomorrow will be easier, bolder, and more exciting. Samsung, turn on tomorrow.
Just replace 3D TV with rampant disinformation and constant personal data breaches, and that's a spot-on prediction. So what were the big shows on Channel 9 in 2011?
CSI is about to drop a bombshell. International superstar Justin Bieber is back.
I think we have a lot to talk about, don't you?
How could this baby face be so bad? Love him or loathe him?
I'm not afraid.
You'll want to see how the Bieber
Get out of the car!
goes down.
He's wired, he's got a bomb!
There's no bomb! Look, those two!
New CSI, Thursday 8:30 on 9.
Didn't realise CSI was a documentary. What about some local TV?
The foreign bacon invasion. Is yours fair dinkum or a fatty fake?
80% is way too much.
In this ACA consumer investigation, we expose where it's really coming from. Plus, Angry Anderson on the warpath, fighting for his home and his rights.
I absolutely live it.
A current affair tomorrow.
Angry Anderson. I always wondered why they called him Anderson.
Recently, the Becketts sat down for a simple, life-changing chat with a Commonwealth financial planner. Soon after, their opportunities were made perfectly clear. Simple chat, better life. Easy.
Shouldn't they be concerned about that lion behind them? Well, I suppose they were there for...
A simple, life-changing chat.
Yeah, changing them from alive to dead, which is probably what should have happened to these dudes.
there's a place fueled by Mother where men act before they think and stuff gets blown up just because we can. A monument to man's ability to build things bigger and more explosive than they need to be. Welcome to Motherland. It's got more than just sizzle and sausage. It's the whole meat tray. Motherland, from a mother of an energy hit.
Something for the ladies there. And on the subject of total tits,
That's Zoo. This week in Zoo, get your free hilarious fridge magnets. Make your cold cabinet the funniest in Australia. Plus, Charlie Sheen's 17 and a half hottest babes. That's Zoo.
yeah, just look at those hilarious fridge magnets with slogans like, "This fridge magnet is only blue when I think of midgets," which somebody actually had to come up with. "Mammogram facility, please leave breasts in salad drawer," which rather confidently assumes a woman would ever set foot in your house. And "Zoo cover girl casting," with some writing underneath I can't quite make out, but it's probably something sexist. How about this one? "Danger. Zombies. Open door slowly." What does that even mean? Are there zombies inside the fridge? If so, wouldn't you want to open the door quickly to get your milk before the zombies escape? Or if the zombies are outside the fridge, are you opening the door slowly so you don't accidentally hit one in the head? Why would you not want to hit a zombie in the head with a fridge door?
It does not make sense.
Gah, Zoo magazine will print anything, won't they? Including me.
A feat so impressive, I am forced to mention it myself.
Goodbye.
Hit the stick, and David M. Green, don't even think about it.
But suddenly, they had a dilemma. They couldn't make two different versions of their ad, one widescreen and one normal. The one master version. That's what we're all about here at VHS Revue.